angels come down, help with this parade. To hear your voice ring out, come on and shout it, let your soul be heard. This is the time, this is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world stop to watch you shine.
Welcome to Revise with Mrs. C. These are our physics videos, and the first one we're going to look at is acceleration and being able to use the equation acceleration. So let's have a look at this first question. It starts with, at the start of a race, a horse accelerates from a velocity of 0, so that's the starting velocity, to a velocity of 9 meters per second. That's your final velocity in 4 seconds. So I'm just going to write here, this is my time. This is the velocity that I started at, and this is the ending velocity. Now that I've got that, I'm going to write that information down here. So I've got start, which is 0 meters per second. I've got final, which is 9 meters per second. I've got time, which is 4 seconds, and I'm wanting to know what acceleration is. In order to get your equation for this, you need to look at your physics equation sheet. So let's have a look at that now. I can look at all of the different words on the right hand side to find the information that I need. So I'm going to keep looking down. Generally, the first few are all about forces, acceleration. So let's have a look at this. There's acceleration here, but I don't have mass or force, so it's definitely not this first one. If I look at the second one, it's acceleration, there's a final velocity, an initial velocity, which we said was the starting velocity, and time. So that looks like the one we want. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this equation and write it down as is on my paper. So A equals V minus U divided by time. And as soon as I've got that, I'm then going to put in all the information that I have. So V was final, so I'm going to cross that out, 9. Start is 0, I'm going to cross it out because I've used it, minus 0. Then I'm going to divide that line means divided by, T here, 4 seconds, and again, I've crossed it out because I've used it. Now all I have to do is simplify this down. 9 minus 0 is 9, 9 divided by 4, and if I get my calculator, I can do that on the calculator very quickly. I simply plug 9 into the calculator, then divide it by 4, and equals, and what I end up with is 2.25. So I'm going to write 2.25 down once I've done this calculation twice. So 9 divided by 4 equals, let's have a look, it's 2.25 again. So there I go, I'm going to write 2.25 because I'm more confident that that's the answer since I've got that twice. Now it's your turn. Why don't you have a go at this question? You should have had a chance to have a go at this question now, so we're going to have a look. When full, the coach has a mass of 18,000 kilograms. So there's a reason for that mass there. Let's see if we need it for our calculation. The coach increases its velocity from, so this is our starting velocity or our initial, to 25 meters per second, which is our final velocity, in 10 seconds, which is time. And I want to know what acceleration is. So I'm going to put that information down. Acceleration I don't know. I know initial velocity, which is 5 meters per second. I know final velocity, which is 25 meters per second. And I know time, which is 10 seconds. I'm then going to look on the equation sheet to find out my information. I've also got here mass at 18,000. So let's have a look on our calculation sheet. I've got the mass here, but I don't have the force, so it can't be this calculation. I want to know the acceleration, I've got the final velocity, I've got the initial velocity, I've got the time taken, so it must be this one. Therefore, the mass that they've given us will be for a different part of this question. So let's put this calculation down in our page. A equals V minus U divided by T. V is my final velocity, so I'm writing 25 meters per second down, minus 5 meters per second, which was my initial, divide that by 10 seconds. I'm going to simplify that down. I'm just going to move my paper over a little bit so that you can see it. 25 minus 5 is 20. I divided that by 10. I know you can do that in your head, but please don't, because when you're in an exam, you can make silly mistakes. So looking on our calculator, 20 divided by 10, and you should be getting, oops, try that again. 20 divided by 10, and we should be getting 2, and there it is there. We'll do it one more time. 20 divided by 10 equals, and we've got 2 again. So our answer is going to be 2 meters per second squared, because we've got M up here and we've got 2 S's. So that's why there's square here for this S. You get 1 mark for this, you get 1 mark for this, and you'll get 1 mark for your working out. So even if you're not sure of how to manipulate a formula, then at least put your working out in order to get this. Next time, we're going to have a look at manipulation of formula.